Yo guys, it's me again and welcome to the Teambuilder for MMC Week 4. This week I'm fighting against Niv, who we played in the video low tier. I unfortunately stalled him out with my charger bug, which was really bulky. So that was a really interesting game. I won that game, but wasn't proud showing. So I'm hoping to not have a stall game this time, to save myself from the allegations, most importantly. But yeah, Niv has a very scary team. He has Iron Valiant, Iron Threats, Hisuian Samurai, Moltres, Tinkaton, Amoongus, Cyclizar, Vaporeon, Kilowattrel, Alolan Persian, with his two Terra Caps being the Kilowattrel and the Alolan Persian. Kilowattrel has Flying, Ice and Fighting, while the Alolan Persian has Dark, Fairy and Poison. So I'm kind of expecting him to bring a very bulky team against mine, because Vaporeon and Amoongus kind of shut down my rain. So I think both of them are coming. And then I also think Tinkaton has to come, because it is really good against Terrapagos, because it breaks the Terra Shell with its Mold Breaker. And its natural typing is really damn strong against Dragapult, against Hisuian Braviary. So yeah, I think that is also good against Clefable. So most of my Pokemon do not appreciate Tinkaton, Vaporeon and Amoongus. And then like, I think he brings Kilowattrel, because if I do decide to bring Rain, Kilowattrel is really damn good. And I think Valiant comes, because it's Iron Valiant. And then he has to decide between like Iron Threats and Hisuian Samurott in my opinion. I think Hisuian Samurott is better than Iron Threats this game, especially because I'm expecting Tinkaton to come. But he could also bring Iron Threats. I'm not really expecting the Moltres to come, because I do have a rain team like I mentioned. And my Floatzel is potentially Water Veil, so it can get burned by Flame Body. My Ogerpon Wellspring doesn't touch the Moltres with Ivy Cudgel, so like my physical attackers don't really face the threat of being burned. I don't think Cyclizar comes, but he might. Like if he doesn't bring Cyclizar and Iron Threats, he doesn't have removal, which is kind of interesting. And Cyclizar may be his best option to get rid of hazards, because I can't really switch in Dragapult and then Cyclizar, potentially making Draco Meteor, so I still don't think it comes, but it might come. And I don't think the Alolan Persian comes, because like it's an Alolan Persian and it's kind of set up fodder for most of my Pokemon. But if it does come, it could be a little bit annoying, so I have a little bit of prep for it. Up first is my Dragapult with a Lumberry. Substitute Draco Shadow Ball Flamethrower with Clear Body. I have Clear Body to not get parting shotted by the Alolan Persian. Kind of the only reason why I have Clear Body. I don't think he's running Substitute on anything, so I don't really need to be Infiltrator. My Lumberry is there because this is my switch in for Amoongus. If the Amoongus runs Toxic or Spore, I can switch in Dragapult. My Lumberry protects me from the first one, and then I click Substitute, because I don't think he is going to run like Foul Play or a Fairy move if he gets it. I think he just runs Giga Drain with Sludge Bomb, one of the two status moves, maybe even two of them, and like Synthesis potentially. I really don't think he can afford to run Foul Play, and he really needs both his stabs, because like Grass is good against my Rain, and then Poison is really good against my Clefable, against my Ogerpon Wellspring, and like a Fairy Hisuian Braviary. So I'm hoping to get a sub up against the Amoongus, which shouldn't be able to break my Substitute, unless it does Foul Play obviously. If he switches out, I have a free Substitute as well, and I can scout for like a Choice Scarf on Hisuian Samurott, or for like a Choice Scarf on the Kilowattrel, or for a Choice Scarf on Iron Valiant. Because I am behind Substitute, don't get my Substitute. I don't get Oakwood because I'm behind Substitute, and I can just fire off a move like a Draco Meteor or a Shadow Ball or a Flamethrower. If the Amoongus decides to stay in, I can just Flamethrower that, because Flamethrower is good against Amoongus, against Tinkaton, against Iron Threats. And then Shadow Ball is really spammable, to be honest. Like the only Pokemon that I don't really hit are Alolan Persian, Cyclizar, and Hisuian Samurott, and neither of those wants to be taking a Draco Meteor. So I have a Modest Nature max special attack, and then I have enough speed to outrun a max speed Cyclizar, and a little bit extra, because if I run Modest max speed, I speed tie a timid max speed Kilowattrel. So I think he probably goes a little bit faster with his Kilowattrel, either for my Floatzel, which is my second fastest Pokemon, so either he outspeeds my Floatzel, or he tries to call me speed creeping only Cyclizar max speed, and he goes a little bit extra on that. So I think Psychozone hits 375. If I speed creep that, I hit 376. So he could run 377 on his Kilowattrel, hoping for me to be greedy. I have 378. Although, like, I don't think I want to risk Dragapult against Kilowattrel 1v1 anyway, and unless I'm a substitute, or then like I know it's choice locked into like a Thunderbolt or something like that. But yeah, this is Dragapult. It has a decent enough matchup. I don't think it's going to be able to clean up like it did in week 2, but it should put things in range for my other Pokemon, or if my other Pokemon once again put things in range, this Dragapult could be really damn good in the end game. My second Pokemon is my Terapagos. Heavy Duty Boots, Terra Starstorm, Flamethrower, Calm Mind, and Rapid Spin. Excuse me. He doesn't have a Ghost type, and his normal resists are Tinkaton and Iron Threat, which both are weak to Flamethrower, so that's literally all I need. Tinkaton is a really good answer for Terapagos, like I mentioned before. But if I get a Calm Mind up, my Flamethrower always 2-hit KOs it, even if it is max PDF. And I am bulky enough to not get 2-hit KO'd by Gigaton Hammer. Unless it's max attack, obviously, but then my Flamethrower will do a lot more to it. I'm hoping to be able to set up with my Terapagos, click Calm Mind on, like, for example, Vaporeon, or on Amoonguss, if something else has gone to sleep, for example. Or if it's toxic, I don't think I mind clicking Calm Mind, because most of the things won't be able to switch in on me that much. I could also just do it on Kilowattrel, because I don't think Kilowattrel wants to stay in against me, because I obviously threaten it with Calm Mind, and then Terra Starstorm. And I have Rapid Spin as my last move. Originally I had Rock Polish to be faster than like a Choice Card issue in Samurott and to be really able to sweep. But my team is weak to hazards, especially to the Stealth Rocks from like Tinkaton, which I think is coming. But it could also be like Stealth Rocks from the Iron Threats. And he does have a Hisuian Samurott with Ceaseless Edge, so I really need my Heavy Duty Boots, but I don't have Heavy Duty Boots on my Dragapult. I can't have them on Ogerpon, for example. And my other Pokemon also don't really have boots, so I valued Rapid Spin a little bit more than the Rock Polish here. Just to be able to also boost my speed and then to get rid of the hazards, which could be nice. So now I have a Modest Nature with enough speed to always outrun Kilowattrel after a Rapid Spin. But if he has a Choice Scarf, obviously I do get outsped the next time, or like if it's a Booster Speed Iron Valiant. Although if it was Booster Speed Iron Valiant, that outsped me with Rock Polish anyway, so it's fine. I'm hoping this Terapagos can get rid of hazards, maybe then some things with Terra Starstorm. And I think the pressure both Terapagos and Dragapult have on the Tinkaton means that one should be able to just put the Tinkaton low enough for the other to pick it off. That's the plan at least. Third Pokemon is my Ogerpon Wellspring, hoping to not get frozen this time. Swords Dance, Ivy Cudgel, Zen Headbutt, and Trailblaze. I have enough speed to always outrun Iron Threats, and then I have max attack, rest, and HP. I'm thinking to lead off with this Ogerpon, because I only really get threatened by Iron Valiant, but I don't think Iron Valiant is going to be the lead matchup. And then I also don't really want to be facing off against Kilowattrel, but I have a decent enough switch in for Kilowattrel, so this should be fine. If he leads to Lowland Persian, if it does come, I may have to decide on something, but I think he probably leads off with Tinkaton or with Hisuian Samurott. Both of those don't really appreciate this Ogerpon. If the Samurott is scarfed, I don't care. I click Trailblaze because I do live Ceaseless Edge. Then I click Trailblaze and I speed it the turn after. Trailblaze is 2-hit KO. If it's Tinkaton that's leading off, I'm always going to click Ivy Cudgel. Because even if the Tinkaton wants to click Thunder Wave and basically render my Ogerpon useless, then it's low enough for my Dragapult and my Terapagos to pick it off, which would be really important. Because like if the Tinkaton is gone, my Terra Shell and my Terapagos is always going to stay intact for the first time, because I do have Heavy Duty Boots, which is really important. I think his switch in for me is the Amoonguss. So I click Swords Dance on the Amoonguss coming in, and then I can click Zen Headbutt. If it isn't Max Fizdef, I have a really good chance at Oko it with Zen Headbutt. If it is Max Fizdef, I do like 80 to 94%, but I do get a flinch chance, obviously. After Stealth Rocks that I am bringing, Zen Headbutt always KOs the Amoonguss, which could be really good. And then, like I mentioned, I have Trailblaze, because I would like to boost my speed. It's still a 2-hit KO on Vaporeon and on Hisuian Samurott, which are the Pokemon weak to Grass. And because I have Water Absorb, I'm a really good switch in for the Vaporeon, which I am expecting to come to deal with Flozo, which is not on my team. If Vaporeon isn't there, it's still fine. It's going to be a lot less annoying than for my Dragapult and for my Terrapagos to break through the team. I think this Ogre looks decent enough, but I am willing to trade it for like Tinkaton to help my other Pokemon. If it's a lead Iron threat, I will control that as well. Fourth Pokemon is my Skarmory, Rocky Helmet Sturdy, Stealth Rock, Body Press, Brave Bird, and Roost. I have enough HP and special defense to always live a Life Orb Thunderbolt from Iron Valiant if it's max special attack with a timid or naive nature. And then I have a little bit of speed to always outrun Vaporeon that's trying to speed creep my Skarmory. And then I put the rest in Fizz Def, because this is my best answer for Tinkaton defensively. It can also deal with Iron Threats. Obviously, Iron Threats can Volt Switch out, which could be a little bit annoying. But this is also my best answer for the Hisuian Samurott. The Rocky Helmet is really nice for Samurott, but it's also really good for like Rapid Spin on the Iron Threats. And maybe even on the Cyclizar. Although, against Cyclizar, it will have to be a 1v1. Because I don't think that the Cyclizar wants to stay in on my Skarmory if I switch it Harden. I think he just clicks Rapid Spin, then my Rocky Helmet gets it and gets it some chip. But obviously the Generator just puts him back at full if he switches out, so it's going to be a 1v1, and then he could click Overheat, but I think I live that too, because I am quite invested in special defense. Iron Valiant Thunderbolt Live Orb hits quite hard, so I do think I live in Overheat. I'm going to count that before the game though. But yeah, it's nice to get some chip damage on his Rapid Spinners. It's nice to get chip damage on his Hisuian Samurott and on Tinkaton. And if he is a physical Iron Valiant, this Skarmory is decent enough as well. I think Stealth Rocks are important, because I do not want Kilowattrel to be having free switch-ins. If it's Heavy Duty Boots, that's nice intel for me. And then it's also just nice to break Focus Sashes on potentially like Hisuian Samurott, or on... what else could be Focus Sash? Maybe Iron Valiant, I don't know. Body Press hits Iron Threat and Hisuian Samurott quite hard, as well as Cyclizar. And then I have Brave Bird for Iron Valiant, Among Us, and just neutral clicks against like Vaporeon and stuff like that. I think Skarmory is going to be important, but it's not going to be the be-all or end-all of the game. Fifth Pokemon, Hisuian Graveyard, Terra Fairy Life Orb, Sheer Force with Psychic, Heat Wave, D-Gleam, and Agility. I have enough speed to always outrun. I think that is a choice scarred Hisuian Samurott after an Agility. Let me see that actually. Braviary. I know I have enough speed to outrun a Tinkaton if it's defensive at neutral. I always outspeed that. But like Samurott Hisui, Choice Scarfed, Braviary, Modest Nature, 228 and +2. Yes, I always outrun Hisuian Samurott and Choice Scarfed, so yeah. Plus I also outrun like a defensive Tinkaton at neutral, which could be quite important. Yeah, so I try to click Agility on, for example, the Among Us, if I don't go hard into Dragapult. Or I try to click Agility on, for example, the Vaporeon. Or like even the Iron Valiant. If it's like choice locked into a fighting move, then I force it out and I can click Agility and I can kind of go in from there. But it's decent enough. And then my Psychic hits everything quite hard. Like Iron Valiant obviously drops, Iron Threats doesn't, but it doesn't take a Heat Wave. Samurott Hisui is immune to Psychic, but it dies to a Terra Fairy D-Gleam. Moltres is not taking 2 Psychics. Tinkaton does take Psychic, but is weak to Heat Wave. Among Us dies, Cyclizar doesn't appreciate it, Vaporeon doesn't appreciate it, Kilowattrel dies, and the Alolan Persian is immune, but I do have Dazzling Gleam. So, I'm thinking Psychic plus Heat Wave hits almost his entire team really damn hard, and the Pokemon that do resist it are weak to Terra Fairy D-Gleam, which is why I have it. I thought about Terra Ground with Terra Blast for Iron Threats and the Tinkaton. But like, I think the Heat Wave is just better, because it also gets the Sheer Force Life Orb, so I don't get weakened, which with Terra Blast I actually would. Which is quite funny to think about. And the Teferi is a decent enough typing defensively. Because if I am Terra Ground, I am suddenly weak to Among Us, it's Giga Drain for example, or to Hisuian Samurott, it's Aqua Jet, which would be annoying. I don't resist Sucker Punch either from Hisuian Samurott, so I think the Fairy is quite decent defensively, and it just helps me get some KOs with Dazzling Gleam, which is quite nice. I'm hoping this Braviary can put in some work. And then my last Pokemon is my Electivire once again with an Assault Vest. This is basically the same set as I brought last week against the Zapdos and Alolan Raichu team. Volt Switch, but then I have different moves. I have Flamethrower, Psychic, and Ice Punch with Motor Drive. So this is my switch in for the Kilowattrel. It has to be Terra Ice or Terra Fighting to hit me for neutral damage. I think he probably is Terra Ice, but he could be Terra Flying with Hurricane if he really is greedy and expects me to bring rain. If he is, this Electivire is decent against it. If he does go for Terra Ice, I still take quite a few hits, and I have Flamethrower to hit it super effectively, which is once again my best move to hit Tinkaton and Iron Threads. I have Psychic to do the most damage I can to Iron Valiant, because this is sadly enough also my answer for Iron Valiant if it's specially offensive. And Volt Switch is never a 2-hit KO, Thunderbolt probably isn't a 2-hit KO either. So I don't want my answer for Iron Valiant to have to click Volt Switch against it, because then I just switch it out. So I have Psychic for Iron Valiant, and it also hits the Amoonguss. So does Flamethrower though. So it's mainly there for the Amoonguss, for the Iron Valiant. I guess it's nice for the Terra Fighting Kilowattrel, the Terra Poison Alolan version if I really want to, but I don't think either of those is coming. And then I have Ice Punch because it hits the Cyclizar for super effective damage. Originally I had Hammer Arm, which would be nice, but then if the Kilowattrel is Terra Flying, I don't 2-hit KO it, and Ice Punch does, so I think Ice Punch is just better. It might miss out on some rolls on Cyclizar, but rolls on a regenerated Pokemon, I don't know. I think it's fine risking that to just hit the Kilowattrel for super effective damage. I have a little bit of speed to hopefully outspeed Tinkaton. If it is defensive, I should be faster than that because I am naturally faster. And maybe I outspeed like Moltres that try to speed creep a low investment Electivire. So I have a little bit of speed, I have max HP, and then I put the rest in special defense to help my Assault Vest out the most. I have a Calm Nature, so my Ice Punch will not be as strong as it could be. But I really don't want to weaken me on the defensive side, because if the Valiant is mixed, like it clicks Moonblast, I do take that, but then it does have to click Close Combat, and that is not nice for me if I have a minus defense nature. So I would rather have a little bit less attack, and once again risk some rolls if I really need to. But I think it should be fine. I'm hoping Electivire does its job and help with Kilowattrel and Iron Valiant. But I think this is going to be an offensive game on my part, because his team is really annoying for me defensively, and I don't think I can play it bulky this time, because I do not have great answers to like a Choice Specs Iron Valiant. So I kind of have to go on the offensive route, which is why I have set up on Terrapagos, on Ogerpon, and on Braviary. And maybe my substitute Dragapult can put in some work to break through some things on his team, I mean. But yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup. Thank you all for watching the team build, everyone, and I will see you in the battle. Peace. Okay guys, we are connected to a Nif. Let's see what he's bringing. I changed my sets a little bit around. I will explain those in a second. We don't see Vaporeon, it's interesting. Samurott, what else don't we see that I expected? Samurott I expected, Tinkaton I expected, Amoonguss I expected too. I think it's only the Vaporeon. Stupid fucking bike, Valiant, and then Kilobird just is Terra, Captain, Flying, Ice. Fine. So I changed my sets. I made my Dragapult Speed Tie a max speed Kilowattrel, because my investment didn't really do anything in HP, so I just changed that around a little bit. And my Electivire, as you can see, has a Light Clay now instead of the Assault Vest. So I kept the Speed EVs, and then I made the max special defense, I think, with Light Clay and Light Screen and Reflect. And I got Volt Switch and Flamethrower, so I will still be leading off with my Ogerpon, I think. Although I could also lead off my Electivire. No, I'm going to lead off my Ogerpon because I don't want to be seeing the Tinkaton lead for free. If Kilowattrel comes out, I have to go into Electivire. If it's Cyclizar lead, I probably go into Skarmory and go from there. So yeah, have fun to Nif. And let's see how we are going to do. I feel a little bit underprepared, which is weird because I had a full week to prep for this, and it's the only game I have to prep for. But it's not my favorite matchup, so yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. Let's see if I get the lead matchup right. I don't know what this is. Fuck you, Mike. Cyclozar. I mean, you obviously don't do much to me with a U-turn. I mean, it's 50%. So it's not worth it. If I go hard into my Skarmory on the U-turn, he goes into his Kilobird for free. I have to go into Electivire. Still, that seems worth it to me. Because I don't really want to be doing anything else. Should have let pull, to be honest. Yeah, let's go Scar and adapt from there. Cyclozar versus Scar. Sure. 7 HP. Yeah. We expected all of that, to be honest. But I couldn't really let my Ogre Bomb take that if the Among Us is max Fizz Def, because then I just trade Ogre Bomb for nothing. And you could also just U-turn out into a Kilowattrel, which would be a crazy play, but like, you could have done it, so. I'm expecting Kilowattrel to come out here, which would be annoying. All the others I really don't mind seeing. So I really think this is Kilowattrel. So yeah, we are off to a not ideal start, obviously, because I have lost my Sturdy immediately, and I'm going to have to switch around on my Kilowattrel again. If the Kilowattrel has U-turn too, then my Electivire doesn't have the greatest time against it. But we can adapt. We will be able to adapt. Not seeing Vaporeon means that my what's it called? Graveyard can kind of go insane, because not much of his team is going to be taking hits. So yeah, here I always go into my Electivire, and then I hope he doesn't have the U-turn. Kilowattrel, let's say his choice specs against Electivire. I should be able to tank everything. I really hope this isn't a U-turn. It is a U-turn! It did actually quite a fair bit of damage. 56 with a U-turn. U-turn. 56 damage. That's a max roll from Timid. No investment. Okay. Okay. So he has the upper hand, obviously. I have to wrestle back momentum. But what's he going to switch in on my Electivire here? Could be the Tinkaton to set up rocks. If it is Tinkaton, do I just attack? So I will do some decent damage. Tina. Iron Valiant. Valiant. I do take a hit from you. I don't think I want to be setting up screens. I think I just want to Volt Switch. You can see the damage this Valiant is going to do to me. Kitty. 297. Close combats. I live 3 HP. Okay. That's Life Orb. I do a lot too. I don't hate it at all. Lord CC. I can calc. He did 294 with Valiant. Close combat. Life Orb. Max attack. He is not max attack. Otherwise he would have always killed me. I probably go into Bolt. If this thing has Shadow Sneak, how much are you going to do to me? Shadow Sneak against Dragapult. 50%. I don't mind that. Okay. So I think I have to click substitute. Yeah. I mean, worst thing that he could do is stay in and let his Valiant go down, to be honest. That's the worst thing he could do. For me, because then I lose 25% for nothing. And if he still has Shadow Sneak, I once again will lose HP, so that could be annoying. I do think that he saves this here. Okay, so Valiant, CC, Lord, and we have the one ready. This is the... Interesting. So, I am behind substitute, so I will be clicking a Draco Meteor. This thing could be scarfed, seeing how this is the thing that's coming in. It could be interesting. I didn't prep for a choice card cycles, huh? Could be the Habanberry too. Could be a Soul Vested as well. There are a lot of things he could be. Let's see though. He withdraws hard, so what's going to tank this Draco Meteor? Titania. This is Tinkaton. I don't mind this too much. Tinkaton. Because I can still flamethrower this. And do some damage. How much am I going to do? Decent. Knock. Substitute obviously fades. So this just looks like a massive roll, which I am not willing to risk. I think I should just go into Skarmory. I obviously have to go into Skarmory, because Electivire doesn't do anything here. He could predict this instead of Stealth Rocks, but I don't think he wants to risk that. Knock, it's fine. He loses HP here, which I am happy with. And I think I kinda wanna click Stealth Rocks. Or not. I wanna click Body Press. He doesn't really have a switching for the Body Press. How much is Skarmory going to do with a Body Press to like a kilowatt for him? Decent enough damage. Do I KO Tinkaton? I probably don't. I'll click Body Press though. It works. It's fine. I don't kill this, which is not fine. Now I can Stealth Rock myself. Hope he doesn't have Taunt. Yeah. I'm thinking in my head. I don't think the Valiant dies to Stealth Rock chip plus life or damage. I do think that I take the Tinkaton out of the Stealth Rock chip, so that would be nice. Let's go. Indra. Water. Okay, so my Electivire is useless. He can lock himself into an electric move, obviously. But the thing here now, if I go down, I can just go into Anguilla, Rapid Spin the Hazards away, and start being really annoying. I think that's what I kind of want to be doing. Because if Anguilla goes to sleep from the Amoonguss, I can still go in with Braviary. So I think I'm going to let Electivire go down. He could double on my obvious sack, which would be a bit annoying. He doesn't. So Tinkaton is going to kill Electivire. Goodbye, kitty. I mean, I am happy with what you provided, kitty. You took a hit from the Iron Valiant and you did a lot with Volt Switch. T-Bolt on the Teambuilder. Okay. I go into Anguilla, which should always outspeed after a Rapid Spin. Yes. Okay. I will spend these hazards away. Okay. A Rapid Spin all the time. Oh, he could go sack his Tinkaton off now, so I don't get the free Rapid Spin. I'm kind of hoping the Tinkaton lives his Stealth restriction now. I mean, if he does, I'm just going to lose my my Terra Shell to something else, which wouldn't be ideal. He clicks Volt Switch, so he has not choiced. Volt Switch. Not choiced. 297. He did 14% with a Volt Switch. Kilo Watt Roll. His heavy duty boots. I saw that. 14%. Yeah. So this Kilobert is boots. Not choiced, obviously, you idiot. You saw Stat Rock. Not digging into it. Okay. I really hope that Tinkaton lives the Stout Rock. I really do hope Tinkaton lives Stout Rocks. Nah, it probably doesn't. No. Kak. Dutch word for shit, for anyone who's wondering. Dutch word for shit. Skarm kills Tinkaton. That's annoying. He has U-turn, Volt Switch, and T-Bolt. Here comes Valiant. He is going to CC for free. Anyway, I do need Skarm. Like, I really do need Skarm. Does Skarm take 2? Skarmory. Valiant. And let's say he has like 160 attack. Something like that. CC. I won't live 2. Still fine doing that. It is still fine doing that. I obviously could go into Dragon Bolt, predicting a close combat, but that's a crazy play that I don't want to be doing, so... I'm just gonna go hard into Skarmory. I do need these rocks gone before I want to be going into Braviary, which is a bit annoying. So Skarm. That is so much damage. He's going to take the Salvador, which I'm very happy with. I'm just gonna go for boost. Who knows, maybe I live. I am more than happy trading my Skarm for this Iron Valiant. And I think he has to sack it up unless he wants to Rapid Spin with Cyclozar. But like this Iron Valiant has 1 hit left and I am fine stacking something to it. So, Moonblast. Valiant takes out Skarm. T-Bolt. Good advice to himself. Happy with that, happy with that, happy with that. Okay.
My Terrapagos is at 297. If the Kilowattrel does have Terra Blast fighting. Terra Blast. It does never KO me. No.
Okay. I'm getting rid of these Starters then. If the Starters are gone, I don't mind, because Braviary doesn't. I don't want Braviary to be taking chip damage. Kartikia.
Sam Hisui. With its Sacred Sword. I will take this as well
If he isn't a boosting item. So I will just grab this one. Let's see. I kinda think this could be an Assault Vest Samurai. I should be able to tank every hit from this thing unless it likes Choice Bandit or Life or for like a... what's it called? Fighting Plate, Fist Plating, Black Belt. Those kind of items. I really just want these rocks away for Braviary. Swords. I live. Good.
and we get rid of the Stout Rocks. 297. 231. He did 79. Let's say
Pseudo high roll. I will just take that as Starstorm. Scarf and Sacred Sword. Scarf, Sacred Sword. It's time for the Braviary. Scarf into Sacred Sword. Takes out my Terrapagos. But now I just go into Braviary. And I can kind of go in. So I will just do that. Let's go, Braviary. Click agility. I think I KO the Kilowattrel. Yeah, I should always KO Kilowattrel with Psychic. Okay. So I have both Terrapagos, no, not Terrapagos. I have both Braviary and Ogerpon left. But I feel like Braviary should be able to do this. As I am forgetting some very obvious things. Like he has to withdraw here. And what's going to come out? Indra. This is the bird. So now I just go Terra Fairy, and I just click Psychic, and I should be able to kill this. I just click Terra Fairy just in case that he isn't, what's it called? That he is very invested, and he somehow lists this Psychic, so I do not take a massive T-Wall to the dome. Plus I also resist Samuel's moves, which is just nice. I am getting weaker to Amoongus, but like, do we expect Amoongus to tank a Psychic? I'm not. Unless it's like a Dia Berry. Because even if the Amoongus is max with death, I feel like it still dies. It has a chance at living if it's max with death. Heavy duty boots. Eat that as well. Sure. That are flying. I'm just gonna pick Psychic. I think this thing dies. Good. Happy with that. Teambuilder kills Braviary. Okay.
I am at +2. And I think this could be game. If Cyclosauros is Soul Vested, it will tank a Dazzling Gleam. But I don't think it does anything back to me. Let's see. Let's see. It gets Iron Tail. Do I die to an Iron Tail? I mean, I don't have another play. So I will just take Dazzling Gleam here. Yeah, I will just take Dazzling Gleam. Hopefully this isn't a Soul Vested. Still dies. So Bike dies to Braviary. We have Amoonguss and Samurott left. I think we are fine. I think we are fine. Because he has to lock in Balarama. This is the Amoonguss. Does this thing take Stealth Rock? It doesn't. So it could live this Psychic. If it's max with F. Let's see. It isn't. It still dies. Chop Braviary. And now the Samurott should die too. And I get a very nice trio win. I think I played my Sax quite nice. I mean, if the Valiant KO'd my Electivire, I would have been into a much worse spot, obviously. But Electivire goes, showing its use. Fuck you, Elliot. Don't hate my Electivire. Alright, GG's to Nif. Not a stall game for us. Happy with that. Happy with my win. And we move on to 3-1. So we look good. Okay. Okay. I still got my trio win game. Yeah, thank you. GG's to Nif. And yeah, I will see you next week versus Elliot. So thank you all for watching and peace.